Bud, you're back.
Izzy, you're back.
Where have we been?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
We've been gone for 2 weeks. For our many fans who tuned in last Friday to see
All
us.
14 of you.
Yeah, we're sorry that we weren't here. We, had an unexpected lapse. We had no news to report.
We had no news. I mean, the things were just going so well.
Yeah, all good news.
It was all boring.
We can't sit down unless there's bad news.
So we took a break.
Yeah, we took a break, and I hope you don't notice. We went to a spa.
Oh, yeah, can you tell?
I know. Got some sun.
Yeah.
In the rain.
Well, hello, and welcome to your old news update. Finally, after a week's break. And by golly, I'm Izzy Fitz.
And I'm Bud Driscoll. It's good to be back.
Yeah, let's shout out to our sponsors.
If they're still with us.
If they're still with us. Yeah, they are. We love them.
Right.
Eagle Crest Retirement Community,
Woo-woo.
1501 East Magnolia, Headley's Clothing, 1829 South 9th, and Smoky Hill Museum, 211
West Iron.
And I'm going to start this thing off.
Get going.
May 19th in the year 1990.
In the year.
Annie Burt can have as many cats as she wants.
Well, good for
the
her.
city's case against the 80-year-old woman for having too many cats was dismissed Friday because the city's ordinance limiting pet ownership to 4 to a household is unconstitutional.
It is.
Meow.
Wow.
City officials began investigating the situation in January after the Saline County Animal Shelter received a complaint about Burt's cats. The case was sent to City Prosecutor Gary Denning after attempts to resolve the situation failed. Don Moeller, an attorney with the Kansas League of Municipalities, said an ordinance prohibiting a certain number of animals would be considered unconstitutional under the 1934 ruling. It's a classic opinion as far as cases go in Kansas, Moeller says. Justice Birch was clearly a cat lover.
Yeah.
The decision discusses the preference of cats to dogs and the importance of cats through history and literature.
Well, looks like they had their claws out.
Yes, they did. That's
well.
It's
Well, aren't they the cats meow?
Check one for the felines.
I know. Well, let's go back. Well, no, I would. I've lost my place.
Have you?
Nope, there I am.
There it is.
There I am, number 2. I was trying to go back too far. In
See, we're getting a little rusty.
I know. Have a week off and look what happens. No, we're only going to go back to 1965, 50 years ago.
Oh, seems like yesterday.
May 21st.
Yeah.
500,000 largemouth bass were dropped into or around Wilson Reservoir.
Sounds like a fish story to me.
Yeah. Friday morning in 2 passes of a twin-engine plane under contract to the U.S. Bureau of Fisheries and Wildlife. The bass were so small that ground observers only saw a water vapor trail as the plane made its drop. Fish and game officials on hand were uncertain of the success of the drop. So it could have been dropping on people's heads.
So, but we've got proof they survived.
Oh,
have you seen the big mouth Billy bass?
I did.
Yep. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the humanity.
Les Nessman.
As God is my witness, I thought fish could fly.
All right, May 17, 1940. Dateline, Paris. General Maurice Gustave Gamelin, Allied Commander-in-Chief, tonight ordered his troops to die on the spot rather than cede further ground to the German invaders. Adolf Hitler's swift armored units have driven 30 miles into France to a battlefield about 100 miles northwest of Paris. But French military spokesman insisted they considered the situation well in hand. Well, Polly, do to you.
It probably wasn't well in hand in 1940.
Probably not.
That was just the beginning.
Nope.
And May 18th, 1915, 100 years ago, out of the frying pan and into the fire for Fido. We've had a cat story, now it's a dog story. That was the poor dog's fate last night when the council accepted Mayor J.E. Putnam's veto of the former dog ordinance. Then a new measure went through without objection. Dogs are again declared a public nuisance and are forbidden to run at large. Fido will also be refused admission to all theaters.
Can they run at small?
Maybe.
Wow.
Well, listen to it. He's refused admission to all theaters in the city.
Folks.
He can't have an artistic dog, and he must forego all other places of public amusement.
Oh.
Likewise, he must shun all stores where edibles are offered for sale, which is the only kind of store that appeals to the canine mind.
Exactly.
Food. What'd you do?
What?
Got bigger, better light now. From above.
We said, let there be.
I know. Special provision is made to protect the strange dog who follows his master into town. In an effort to prevent the promiscuous capture of well-behaved country dogs, the ordinance expressly states that it is not applied to dogs not owned or harbored in Salina. So you can bring your out-of-town dogs, but forget about
I'll be darned.
in-town dogs. They can't go see any theater.
And finally,
Finally.
from May 23, 1890, from the annals of really old history.
Salina Daily Republic.
That's right. M.J. White, one of our North Salina foundry men, and Jack Welch, who was arrested some 2 months ago for stealing a pump and some pipe, were last week convicted in Ottawa County and sentenced to 60 days in the county jail.
In the pokey.
60 days.
Say in the pokey.
In the pokey.
Yep. All right, we got through
Send
it.
them to the rock quarry.
Let's hope we did good enough so we can come back next week.
That's right. We'll read more about the way things used to be in the look back section of Monday's Salina Journal.
And I'm glad all you many fans stayed with us for our week of absence.
Thank you.
So until then, we'll see you yesterday.